It's an equestrian performance activity with a long and distinguished history all over the world. Horse racing has been called the sport of kings. Now, outside of the obvious gambling opportunities the horse racing presents, spectators get to enjoy the majesty, the power, and the speed of these animals.
You might not necessarily associate Delmarva with horse racing, but you'd be surprised by our next guest's connection to some of the most popular events of the year. We would like to introduce Matt Dorman to Historic Studio D. He is the president of Determined Stables. Welcome to the broadcast.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Can you tell us, Matt, let's go way back and tell us how you got involved with horse racing.
Sure. So I come from a political family in Maryland, grew up in Prince George's County, and used to go to the track with my father.
Okay.
And that's how it all started.
Yeah, and you fell in love with horse racing?
Always loved horse racing, and I always said when I got to a certain point, I would start to, buy race horses and go down that path.
Okay, so tell us about, obviously you breed horses. What's it like, the breeding process?
The breeding process is very much a long game. So there's acquiring the mares, or if you run a good filly and she runs really well, then you start to breed her and then sell her offspring. So it is very much a long game, a 2 to 8 year window.
Really?
But it's still exciting to have your horses in the ring or to train a homebred and see how they do.
What are some of the qualities that you look for in a good horse to race?
If you're looking at fillies, we look at what we call the residual value. So if she gets hurt or if she doesn't run well at the track, her family, what we call the page, her family history is really strong. And so therefore the offspring would be valuable.
Okay, so you get a horse and you decide you're going to train it for racing. What's that process like? What goes into it?
So you have to have a good team. Fortunately, we have a great farm manager down in Kentucky. We have a great racing manager and bloodstock agent, and then the trainer. So we have 3 different divisions. The division that produced the Derby runner and the current Preakness runner is in a syndicate with a group of other individuals, and we have one trainer and a very set system that gets these horses to the top races.
You just mentioned that you had a horse in the Kentucky Derby. What was that like, being at Churchill Downs for the race?
Being at Churchill Downs with my wife and family and friends, it was a little bit surreal. I started with a $5,000 claimer at Laurel Racetrack, and ended up at Churchill Downs with Citizen Bull in the Derby, and it's been an amazing journey, and the kind of moment when you just kind of take a step back and enjoy the fact that you're there and you hope for the best.
Yeah, and watch them go around that track. That is so exciting. Now you have a horse in Preakness. Is it the same horse or a different horse?
No, it's a different horse. So Citizen Bulls is going to get some time off and regroup. The horse this Saturday is Goal Oriented, who's not this time colt, always been a big, strong, slightly late developer, but he's a big, strong horse. He won on Derby Day on the undercard, and Bob Baffert, the trainer, is stepping him up to the Grade 1 this Saturday.
And do you name the horses yourself, or how do you come up with the names?
The horses that we own 100% of, we name. The breeding operation is Determined Stud. The runners are Determined Stables.
Okay.
And so the ones that we own 100% are all Determined Hope or Determined Charm or Determined Forever. The horses that are in the partnership, like Citizen Bull and Rodriguez and Goal Oriented, are named by the partnership.
Okay.
So Goal Oriented, actually, we had some input into that name, so it's kind of cool to have him in the race as well.
I bet.
Very nice. What do you see for yourself down the road now?
Well, I failed miserably at retirement, so we will stay active in horse racing. We've got about 30 mares that we breed, and so continuing the program with a significant focus on fillies, but also having interest in different colts that we believe can perform at the top level.
It's an exciting industry, isn't it?
It is, and it's important to note, you can start with a $5,000 claimer, you can start with different syndicates and kind of work your way up. It's not, everyone calls it a sport of kings, and there's some people with king-size budgets in there, but there are plenty of horses that were in the Derby and some horses in the Preakness that are more quote unquote blue collar local horses. So.
I bet there's more we don't know about all of this than we do.
Yes.
But you know it. Matt Dorman, thank you so much for coming in
Great.
and sharing this information with us. And good luck this weekend.
Good luck.
Thank
this
you very
weekend.
much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I now know who I'm betting on.
There you go.